Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Make It a Double Double. This week, we need some shout outs straight off the bat because our guest today has come from what is and I think we've talked about it, our personal favourite podcast in the So Rare content world. And what we've actually got is our favourite individual of the trio. So, sincerely, from Make It a Double Double, fuck Ryan Haber. But we've got the man himself. We've got Bullstar, Chris. How are you, pal?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Thank you for having me on.
Well,
Finally here.
Thought we'd give you a lovely introduction because there was a lot of talk about us and So Rare Sevens on the intro of yours last week. And, you know, fuck Haber is a sentiment that we believe in dearly. We love you. We love So Rare Monkey. It's just Ryan we've got an issue with, really. But how are you? How are things?
Mind, mate. That's fine for me, Adam. I don't mind.
It's all in jest. We love all the So Rare Ramble boys. But let's get a couple of drinks down us. What have you ordered in for us today at the So Rare Saloon?
I've not gone too crazy, to be honest. I was looking at what I've got in, really, and it was a case of, I'm a northerner. I don't like to go out and spend my money if I've got something I can, I can use that's in the house already. So I had a bottle of Plymouth gin that I've got in, which is just a normal gin, really. It's just a gin. Someone got it for my birthday. Sat there unopened. So yeah, gin and tonic basically is the alcoholic drink. Gin and tonic with a bit of lime, with a piece of lime. That's how I like to drink it. So
nice,
a fresh piece of lime. And then for the soft drink, I think you've had ginger ale before, which you were kind of confused by. But I've gone ginger beer, and a piece of lime, bit of ice.
Well, I've got ginger beer.
Good man.
Now, I won't be drinking it. I was saying to the boys before we started recording, this might be the biggest bottle so far because I've literally got it in my hands and I'm still not going to drink it because last time we had it, it's the same bottle. Unfortunately, now it's flat. So
you just have a little bit and then you've not bottled it.
Do you want me to
just think?
That might not be bad. It was flat when I. Oh, that's fine.
There we go.
I thought it was flat. I don't know why I thought it was flat. Yeah, that's sound. Oh, lovely. Boys, how are we feeling about a gin and tonic?
So, I actually, as you boys know, I have a plethora of alcoholic drinks here.
Is that plethora spelled PLEF, is it?
Yeah. That's the Cornish version. Mostly due to this podcast. One thing I don't have, because I'm not a massive fan, to be honest, is gin. But I couldn't let the Bullstar down, our favourite member of the Ramble. So I went and got some. I didn't commit to a full bottle, but I did get 2 of the pre-made G&Ts.
Nice.
Oh, you've got that Edinburgh one. That Edinburgh one's well nice.
Do you mean Edinburgh?
Yeah. What's with the?
No, I know it's spelled like that, but isn't it called Edinburgh gin?
Fuck knows.
Why would it be different?
I don't know. I just thought it had a different name.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's just my dyslexia.
Whackim Anderson's made a reappearance.
Well, coincidentally, being as a tight Yorkshireman as well, yeah. I have dug out a bottle of leftover gin from the cupboard.
And you can tell it's leftover because there's not a lot left over.
No. A bottle of Yorkshire tonic mixer from the back of the cupboard. But the only thing I don't have is lime because it's pink gin and pink grapefruit tonic, so I didn't think it'd go with it anyway. So
that'd be fine.
Just have one of these instead.
That'll do.
Mark, you usually like chopping and going a bit too far for the drinks and stuff. Have you got a lime you're going to chop in front of us?
No, I did actually forget the lime. Also, I'm drinking it straight from the can, so squashing a piece of lime into that wouldn't be pretty.
No, that'd be a bit weird. Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers, Chris.
Happy Sunday.
Cheers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not bad, to be fair.
That's still quite nice and fizzy. I don't know what made me think it was flat. I think it's just been in there for months. But Chris, So Rare, It's why we're all here, as briefly as we like to talk about it. I've been stepping it up over the last few weeks because I know Mark's loving talking about it more. But how did you come across So Rare? I beg, don't ever do that again. Did I just see you do that? You're a man in your 30s. Don't do that again.
It's not the fact that I was doing it to like we're talking about something cool. You
Yeah,
said
So
Mark
Rare.
like talking about So Rare.
Yeah, Mark likes talking about So Rare. Rock and roll. How did you find So Rare? What got you into playing? How have you ended up here today?
So I guess to kind of follow a path of a lot of previous guests.
Football Index.
Football Index. Yeah, Football Index. So I was on Football Index for about 2 years. Had way too much money in there.
Nice. Good.
So
That's
my
always
background before that
good to hear.
was match betting, and I know Mark, you were into match betting, weren't you? And that was quite big a few years back.
Yeah, I did it, and Adam is doing it now.
Adam's doing it now. See, I'm banned by all the bookies now, so I can't do it anymore.
But luckily, I've only just started, so
Mate,
I think
I stopped doing it when all of the sign-up offers ran out.
Yeah.
And I was getting no sign-up offers and just a load of spam emails. So I was like, I can't be asked.
I never understood how you keep it going after the sign-up offers. But like, even just today, I've had emails for like 15 quid in free bets. So like, it's obviously fairly easy to keep. My mate that showed me has been doing it for 2 years, I think. And the lad that showed him has been doing it for 10 and does it as a full-time job. So it's you obviously can't do it.
I did it for about 4 years, and then I just started to lose all the bookies. So, and funnily enough, my wife has as well. I mean, I don't know what's happened there, but
what is that about? I tell you, what I noticed is a lot of them on their sign-up offers have started writing it into the terms and conditions that it's one per IP address.
Yeah.
So I've been the ones that say that my missus, she don't like those bookies, so it's lucky.
I mean, what's kind of killed me even more with that now is you get your like sort of restricted accounts, so they'll say, right, you can only bet £5 or whatever. Bet365, I can't even get on the website anymore. And I tried to sign up again the other week, and it's so annoying with So Rare because they have so many of the leagues that you can just watch matches through.
Oh,
I can't even watch matches
for
now on
streams.
Bet365.
Yeah,
so it's kind of killed me for that, which is annoying.
Can you get a VPN?
It's worth a go, actually. Yeah, it's a good shout.
I bet you could put a VPN in and do it from a different location.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
There's always a bit to gamble.
So I just need to get...
We're going to have to put that was financial fair play stuff in, aren't we? At the start. It's like, don't gamble, guys. It's a mug's game.
My original strategy was basically I was kind of rolling on some profits into Football Index from that. And then I stayed in it too long. Thankfully, I got out about a month or so before it completely went under.
Cutting it fine.
I lost a couple of grand, which was never nice, but I lost about £3 grand, nearly £2.5 grand.
Jesus.
And quite a lot of the XFI community, ex-Football Index community, had come over to So Rare. So I was kind of aware of it from 5-6 months previous. And I actually signed up through McBride's link. So he was my...
Nice.
It was out of him and John Nellis, actually. I messaged both of them at the time, and they were kind of fighting over I wasn't putting loads in, but they were fighting over me, going, "Come on, through me." And so I went with Mark in the end, and so Mark McBride Ace, as he's more commonly known, he started a WhatsApp group, and I think I was the second member of that. And basically, initially, I joined in February 21, 7th of February 21. So the timing was amazing, really, because it was about 10 days before the Gary V boom.
Wow.
So I couldn't have kind of timed it better in that respect. And my initial strategy was basically to just kind of win back the money that I'd lost on Football Index and run for the hills. So I kind of I was just using it as a trading platform. I was trying to sort of buy players initially to play in teams, but I saw that the MLS was starting that year quite late. It was starting in April that year, and everyone had been, as soon as Gary V came on, everyone was buying all the European players and the young under 23s and all this. And I started selling out of all the Europeans I'd bought early and buying all the MLS guys. So I'm buying Lucho Acosta for 30 quid and, Zelarayan for whatever he was, 100 quid or something like that.
Did he go
And
to Saudi?
Yeah, he went to Saudi, yeah.
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
And I basically, the prices just kept going up and up and up and up, coming up to start of the MLS season. And I just flipped them all into the sort of start of the season. And, I made quite a decent bit of profit quickly and made back sort of double what I'd lost on, double and a bit more of what I lost on Football Index. And then I just left. I left all that summer for about 3 months, didn't play at all. I kept an eye on it and I was still chatting away with Mark and he's saying, it's sort of settling the market, come back in. And I kept my eye on it and I kept looking at, I basically got wind of the fact that there was going to be this SoftBank investment they were talking about for about 3 months. And they were talking about the La Liga deal for ages. So it was kind of too much smoke without fire kind of thing.
Yeah.
So again, I came back in August and started buying, again, not European players, Mexicans and Argentinians and, players that I thought were good value basically and were quite low. And again, I fell on it well. And then we had the La Liga got announced, SoftBank got announced within, 6 weeks of probably me coming back on in the August. And I timed it well again, basically. And then I've pretty much stayed on ever since. My gallery's gone up and down, and I've sold up and come back on, but I've continuously kept playing basically from then.
Nice. Always nice to hear people that have made money out of it, which is good. Obviously, I think you're probably the first person we've talked to who's, basically just admitted like losing a good amount of money on Football Index, because everyone we seem to talk to is like, oh, I got out right time. Luckily, didn't have that much money in, that sort of stuff. But as someone who got burnt, not as badly as some people could, but still, like, that would be a fucking massive loss to me.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about kicks? So I know you talked about it a bit on the Ramble, but it seems to be ramping up a little bit. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's just immoral, isn't it? Really, the
Perfect
guys that are involved in that have clearly got links to Football Index, and it's just disgusting what they've done to people. There's still I still see and speak to people occasionally who did lose a lot of money, and there's still a lot of news and noise on sort of a timeline on Twitter, and it's just sad, really. It's sad that it happened, and I think it's just sad that there's people in the world that are willing to kind of screw people over again for their own gain.
Yeah, literally at people's expense as well. Like,
and I know people
they didn't even lose out initially. They didn't even lose out. They took their money and ran rather than accepting defeat and took everyone else's cash, and now they've gone, right, that money's a bit low now, let's start another platform to rinse people's pockets for.
The mad thing for me, like, it's hard for me to kind of grasp how poor of a person you have to be morally to do that, because, like, we know I'm a knobhead. Happy to admit I'm a knobhead.
Everyone knows it, yeah.
But I could not knowingly just steal people's money. I couldn't do it. I don't know how you can. And then not only that, to then be so low morally that you think, oh, fuck, we made a fucking fortune first time round. I bet we can do it again, lads. We'll just give it a funny name and pretend we're not involved. I bet we can do it again. And they fucking are. It can't. There's no way it gets off the ground, surely.
It looks very amateur. I mean, I don't know if you've seen like the sort of screenshots and the marketing stuff they're releasing, but there's spelling mistakes all over the place, and it just looks rubbish, to be honest. But it's quite funny. I mean, I keep seeing a few things, and there's a few like in jokes that are going around and stuff. They had a giveaway years ago, and one of the things they were giving away was a Versace dressing gown.
Yeah, I've seen a few chat messages about that.
Yeah, there's a guy on there, and he said, "Oh, can we still win the Versace dressing gown? Is that still an offer?" In the chat.
There's one for your reward boxes.
Yeah.
Imagine you opened a so rare reward box. It just popped up with a Versace dressing gown. I'd rather have a fucking limited level up boost, I think.
That's one. I mean, a bit off. Going off topic a little bit, but that's one thing they could do for boxers. I think if they're
more
doing
random prizes,
like random shit. So like if people have got like deals with clubs and that, it could be a signed football instead of a jersey or something like that. Just something different to just a shirt every time.
Something from Club Shop.
Yeah,
like it could be like like £10 to spend on their Club Shop. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be anything. Because I saw someone like, especially because if everything stays as it is, I've won my first boxes this week. Granted, it's first time I've actually entered a what's it called? Classic, not in season.
Yeah.
But eventually, everyone's just going to have level 16 players, so level 17 players, aren't they? Because everyone's going to have had 3 level ups on the limited cards, and they're going to fly up.
Yeah, but the thing is, it depends on how you use them. So you could say there now and say, right, mine's level 10. Do I just instantly give them 3 boosts and get them to level 13 and see the rest of it out? Or do you have to hold on to them? Because it takes a long time to get to a level. Well, you'd have to be 18, wouldn't it? Because you'd have to do the 18,
19, 20. Yeah.
20. No, you don't do 20, do you? Once it's 20, you're done.
Oh, so no, that's true. 17, 18, 19. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got to get it to level 17 in the first place. It takes over a year to do that.
Yeah. Well, I think my Lyle Foster's only just got there, and he was the first card I bought from the new collection.
So no card is ever going to be level 17, 18, or 19. Because as soon as it hits level 17, people are just going to apply boost, aren't they?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you'll see cards at every level other than 17, 18, 19.
Yeah. I would be surprised if they create a rule to say that you can't use boosts higher than level 15 or something.
Yeah, but then what's the point?
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
One of the ideas that I've seen floated in the last week is rather than having the boosts, is having like different amounts of XP that you can win in the box. You have like
that'd be sick.
500, 1,000, 2,000. You can use it wherever you want, and I think there's a lot more strategy to that, and I think it's a better option, isn't it? Because you know, if you want to race through and you've just bought a player and you go, right, okay, I've got this new in season guy, I want to get him juiced up and get him 2 or 3% up quickly. If you if you win a 2,000 points straight away, bang that on, and you're going to be flying up the levels, aren't you, straight away with that guy?
I'm just looking now, and you've got level 17 needs 2,100 XP to level up to 18. So if you're rather than giving someone a level up, like you're saying, because that's not even a specific amount of XP, then is it? Because if you do it at level 0, you only need 100 points, but you do it at level 19, you've done 2,500 XP. So I think a natural amount of XP would be way more efficient than just giving a level up card, definitely.
Plus, then you can take the cap off it as well, because like I get why you can only apply 3 level up boosts. Otherwise, you would just apply 20 to get someone immediately 0 to 20, bang, and it's done. But if you can like apply that XP, like you said, you might apply 2,000 XP to get someone from 0 to 6, as opposed to getting them from 17 to 18. But then you've got them to 6, so do you go somewhere else? Do you want everyone at a level? I think that, like you said, Chris, I think that adds a lot more strategy to it.
And I think also if you get, say if they have, I don't know what amounts they do, have to look at that, but say if it was, say, 500, 1,000, 2,000, well, 500 on a player that you just bought is quite
good. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Whereas 500, like you say, on a guy that's level 17, it kind of doesn't, it probably gets you a third of the way up at level, doesn't it? But if they give away a lot of the 500s and say the 2,000s are quite scarce, then when you do get a 2,000 or something like that, then it's a big one to get, and you're going to kind of look forward to that. The other thing that I think that would be quite cool, that again we had a chat about on our pod, was having like exclusive entries to a competition. So
nice.
they say a competition once a quarter, which has all the best prizes in, and cash and shirts and everything else. But there might only be 1,500 places, and once they're gone, they're gone. It's like Willy Wonka's ticket.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be
the
sick.
golden ticket you pull out the box, and there you go. You've got
Yeah.
entry to the autumn Master Cup or something like that, and in you go.
I'd like
that's
that.
a really
and then
good idea.
if you win it, you get a green jacket in the post.
There you go.
First person to ever win the Sorare Masters.
A green Versace robe.
On that, you could have. Why not have baseball caps with that tournament printed on? So you've got entry to that tournament, and give them away for the sort of low positions or something like that.
Yeah,
I think there were a lot of stuff about people getting a podium like hat or something on it, or like a T-shirt with first place game week and all that stuff. I kind of get why they don't do that. There's that many tournaments.
It's too much,
twice a week. Yeah,
especially now with divisions,
loads.
you've got 15 people per competition.
Yeah,
I
do think if they do a monthly or long-term special monthly or whatever it is that they used to do, and things like they used to do it on cap modes, didn't they, for like 4 or 8 game weeks, something like that. I think they should say like, right, whoever gets first place in this scarcity gets a So Rare hoodie, and it's got it on there saying first place, special weekly, blah blah blah, with your name on it or something like that. I think that'd be mint.
Even if they do it retroactively and they go back and say, let's have a look at some of the like specialist competitions, and like who's won it with the most interesting lineup, and then you see someone's won it with like a Crystal Palace stack with Dwight McNeil up front. Like, those kind of people deserve like proper recognition. Anyone can win it with like a Liverpool stack or a City stack, but
I love how you could just shoehorn Dwight McNeil in anywhere.
He
scored a big score today, by the way.
Scored a fucking banger today, didn't he? Yeah, won me a £5, bless him. Won me a £5. What a boy. Speaking of today's football, so it's actually probably this week's football as well. It's been a big week for the FA Cup because we, obviously, as Englishmen, all have knowledge and history with the FA Cup. For those that don't know, I do think it's the best cup competition in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's, some of the results you see, like when Lincoln were in non-league and got to quarterfinals and stuff like that. But they've obviously announced this week that they're scrapping replays, which it's tough. What do you boys feel about it? Because I see both sides. I get why replays are good, and I get why they've scrapped them.
Mm.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm the same. I see both sides. I mean, obviously they're good because it if a lower team gets a big team at home and then they manage to scrape a draw, then they get a big day out at an Old Trafford or something like that, and all the financial benefits and the TV coverage and everything that goes along with it. One thing I will say though is that if that particular home game that they drew against Man United at home, for example, went straight to penalties or went to penalties, there's a chance that they actually progress and knock Man United out.
Yeah.
Whereas like the replay, it's like if a Prem team draws away to a lower league team and they get the replay, it's almost guaranteed that they're going to go through.
Yeah. When do you ever see the lower league team win the replay?
Yeah, hardly
you
ever.
Don't really. Yeah.
They either win it on the day or they don't win it. So
you look at like the first one that pops into my head because I've watched the second season of Welcome to Wrexham. They played Sheffield United last season, drew at the Racecourse Ground against Sheffield United, went to Bramall Lane and got beat 3-1. Like, granted, it was an extra time, but when you've got a team that in that tie has vastly superior resources, you should be able to beat them on the day.
Yeah.
So,
you
said no as.
The biggest problem is that they've gone for the aspect of, this is to help grassroots football and all this stuff. No, it's not.
No,
it's clearly not.
It's not.
It's to help Premier League sides not have as many fixtures.
It's not even to help Premier League sides. It's to help Klopp and Guardiola stop crying about congestion.
But then you've got 3 days after the Premier League finishes, Newcastle play Tottenham in a friendly in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't tell me it's because there's too many fucking games. They're doing it because the top 6 just want less time playing football so they can rest the players. It's bollocks. And you've got and anyone who supports a lower league side, I actually think if you offered them a replay over pens, they'd take it because they'd prefer the finance for the club. They'd
Getting to
prefer
go
the
and
day
see
out.
their team.
They'd want the memory of it. Because if you have a pen shootout, you're still not guaranteed to win it. So
No.
you could lose on pens, and then now all of a sudden, if you lose on pens in first round, you're going to sit there going, "Well, this time last year we'd have had a away day now at City or Chelsea or whoever it is." And I think it's just taking away massive moments in football. That's all it's done.
If I remember my favourite replay, we lost it, but this was when Blackburn were a good team, sort of mid 2000s. So when they were still a good team, like qualifying for Europe and stuff like that, and we were sort of languishing bottom of the championship. We drew 0-0 with him at Turf Moor. And I saw my mate, who's a Blackburn fan, in reply to the replay stuff, say that if replays didn't exist, even on penalties, we'd still be playing that game today because no one was ever scoring in that game. And then we went to Ewood Park. I'd never seen Burnley play at Ewood. I think I'd seen us play. We'd played once at Ewood Park, got beat 5-0. I'd never been able to go. And we went, and Micah Hyde scored one of the best goals I've ever seen in person. But then, unfortunately, Morton Gamps Pedersen scored an equally fucking brilliant goal with his left foot, which pissed me off. But like that's the best replay. Like to go and see Burnley score at Ewood Park and see Ewood Park silent when they were miles better than us at the time. I loved it. But
I think the one good thing, I think, or a couple of good things that they've made from these changes is that they are going to play every FA Cup game at a weekend. Do you remember this season they had like Palace Everton
Thursday
on
night
like
games.
Thursday night on ITV4 or something, and it's like
Tottenham Burnley was on a Thursday night. I'm a Burnley fan. I didn't give a shit about that game.
Yeah, and you
Thursday night.
You kind of just like almost making a statement that you don't really care about it when you throw it on a Thursday night. You also don't care about the fans, and who's going to watch that fixture, you know?
Yeah.
Another thing that they're going to do is make sort of the FA Cup day special, so there'll be no games on the Friday night before, no games on the Saturday at all, and I think that's a good thing
I think that's because it does feel like, you know, we always talk about like the magic of the cup and that sort of stuff. It does feel like it's faded a little bit, especially in the last few years.
Yeah.
Whether that's because the top teams now have got 22 players that can beat anyone else in the country, or it's just, like you said, the fact that there's games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rather than just Saturday. Like it was always first weekend in January is FA Cup weekend. That's FA Cup third round. That's when it all kicks off. But we had the FA Cup semi-final today, Coventry versus Man United. And it finished 3-3, went to penalties, but should have finished, in my opinion, 4-3 to Coventry. What did you think about the game? Did any of you watch it? What were your thoughts on the game in general?
Did you catch it, Chris?
I didn't see it. No, I saw the scores come in. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, obviously it was 3-0, and you just thought it's done, didn't you, at that point? And it sounded the last sort of 15 minutes were insane, weren't they? Of normal time, you know, to get 3 goals back. A mate of mine, actually quite a long-term mate's quite a big Coventry fan, so I feel a bit sorry for them, really. I mean, it's a classic, really, isn't it? FA Cup classic, but you just needed, you know, it's a shame they couldn't finish the job off and like you say, win either 4-3 or on pens. But yeah, I guess that is kind of, you know, talking about the magic of the cup. That is kind of, that's what you want, isn't it? You know, a smaller side like that going toe to toe and just going for it, really. And you know, it seemed like at 3-0, they just thought we got nothing to lose, and they were just chucking everything at it. From what I heard, so it's a shame they didn't do it, but
well, you know. If they did replays, they'd have had another chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if we didn't have fucking VAR, they'd have been through to the final. So
another replay.
Speaking of VAR, did you see that Nottingham Forest tweet?
Oh, it's shit.
That's incredible, isn't it?
This is karma at its finest.
Aaron,
Nottingham Forest.
I'm going to let you have the floor quickly before any of us speak about Nottingham Forest. Talk to us about Forest, pal.
Because they're a vile football club, they think that everything's against them because they've had a few bad decisions, and the short-term memory of the fans not realizing that the only reason they're in the Premier League at all is because VAR fucking helped them get there. So, fuck off. I hope you go down. Keep moaning, keep crying. I hate every single one of you.
I knew that a day. I was going to bring that up anyway, Chris. So you've just you've beat me to it. It's maybe one of the most childish ways that they could have gone about it, because I mean it's Forest that have hired Mark Clattenburg, isn't it, as their refereeing consultant or whatever. So if he's consulting and doing a job on the refereeing, why the fuck are they putting a statement out? This is what happens when you've got a mental owner who blew up a referee's bakery in Greece and fucking marched into the changing room at half time in a Europa League qualifier and threatened the ref. He's a fucking... Was it him that stormed on the pitch with a gun in his pocket as well, or whatever it was? He's a fucking nutcase, man.
Sounds like he's taken over their social media as well.
Well, that's what a lot of people have said, yeah. But Forest, for a team that, like, a lot of people... Aaron, I know, discounting Huddersfield fans, but a lot of people have, like, respect for as, like, a historic club. Because they're historically a massive English club, like one of the probably smallest teams to ever win the UEFA Cup. Brian Clough, one of the greatest managers of all time. Like, I've got a lot of Forest fans. I used to like Forest. I think this season they've made themselves incredibly unlikable because it's very much woe is me. No other team has ever had a bad refereeing decision. Everybody hates us. The league's corrupt. Get away from us. Send us to the Championship. Fuck off. The penalties, I think maybe one of them is a nailed-on pen. The rest of them are... There's not a lot of contact in the Ashley Young one. We don't get penalties for that, so I'm not surprised they didn't get given. The handball, Ashley Young's arm's here, granted. He's a fucking yard away.
You can't.
Where do you want his arm to go?
His arm or only legs, it were a natural movement of his him running. What do you expect him to run with his arms behind his back?
Yeah, and I don't even fucking know what they ran about for the third one. But yeah, I'm very much with you, as Forest can fuck off because they forget that. I think our first away game of the season, was it the first away game? We played them at their place and they fucking robbed us because VAR ruled out a Sander Berge goal for handball that never hit his arm. And we got a fucking PGMOL apology for it. So
I haven't seen the 3 penalty incidents from today, but isn't this the same club complaining about, corruption and stuff that have just been docked points for breaking rules?
Yeah, funny that, isn't it? Yeah, this is what I mean.
48 players a transfer window and somehow broke FFP rules. What a shot!
This is what I mean. This is why I think they've made themselves unlikable, because they've broken these rules. They've got a fucking con man as an owner, and yet have the audacity to be like, "Oh, it's just the league. They don't want us in it." No, no one fucking likes you. Fuck off.
Well, at least we know who won the points deduction cup today.
Yeah. And do you know why Everton won the points deduction cup, Mark?
Was that
because
better team?
Dwight McNeil.
No, I wasn't even going to say Dwight McNeil, because Forest were fucking shit. Proper shit. They had one shot on target. The only other time, I think Chris Wood missed from 4 yards. If you're relying on Chris Wood to stay up in 2024, you deserve to get relegated.
Leeds scum.
Leeds scum indeed, but also one of the greatest Premier League strikers of all time, so let's just put a bit of respect on his name. And yeah, you come up against some ex-Burnley boys, you're going to get beat. Do you know what I mean? James Tarkowski, I know Aaron, you and Mark have said quite a few times, should be in the England squad for the summer. Dwight McNeil, England's probably greatest talent, I think.
Have you said that, Mark?
No, I'm sure you've said that. I'm sure
James Tarkowski can't make the England squad because he's busy recording some Amazon Prime documentary with his wife or something.
James Tar who?
James Tarkowski.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I didn't know if Tarkowski was a different player or if he was related to Tarkowski. Sorry, I know Joachim Anderson played well today.
Yeah, he did. He got an assist.
Right. So what do you think's more embarrassing? Your club comes out after a game and says, "We should have had 3 penalties. We're going to consider our options," or you get beat so badly off Crystal Palace that they put out a tweet taking the piss out of that tweet, saying 5 wonderful goals. CPFC will enjoy their Sunday afternoon. Would you, in this situation, would you rather be a West Ham fan or a Forest fan?
Neither. It's like choosing what disease I want.
Pick which disease, Aaron. I need you to pick.
I'll never choose Forest, so West Ham then.
Would you rather, what I'm asking is, would you rather support a team that had Mikel Antonio up front or had Chris Wood up front?
He scored again, and I'm not choosing Chris Wood, so yeah, West Ham again.
Also, Mikel Antonio actually was about 5 yards offside from what I've seen. So I don't know how that goal stood. But anyway, I could talk about West Ham being knobheads all day because they can fuck off and all. It's another team that we lost points again because refereeing decisions. But
shout out, James.
Yeah, fuck West Ham. Should we do a quiz?
Let's do it.
Should we do a little quizzy quiz?
I've actually prepared one.
Have you actually prepared it? Fucking get in. Chris, so if you're unfamiliar with Tenable, which is, if anyone's ever got a full-time job, they don't know what Tenable is.
Is it definitely Tenable? Because Mark hasn't told us yet. Sometimes we don't do Tenable, do we?
Oh, we're not.
We haven't not done Tenable since like November.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I thought we did one that weren't Tenable recently.
Oh, did we?
I don't know. I don't remember half the stuff we do. Anyway. Carry on.
Yeah, so this is Tenable, which is the same rules. Mark's got 2 questions. Lists of 10, Mark?
They are.
Yep, so there'll be 2 questions with 10 answers. And you'll go against me for 1 round, Aaron for the other. And it'll be like, you give an answer, I give an answer, you give an answer, until one of us loses 2 lives.
Okay, so this week we've got 1 football-related question and 1 completely non-football related question. So I'm going to make Adam go up against Chris for the football-related question, and I'm going to give Az the opportunity to go non-football. So Chris, would you like the football-related one first or the non-football-related one?
I'll go for the football one first.
Football first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're up against Adam first. So
I feel like it's been ages since I played Tenable.
So what I want from you boys is I want you to name me the last 10 and the only 10
Last 10. Yeah.
European Championships or Euros winners.
Ooh, the last 10 Euros winners.
Yeah, Euros. I don't know if it's been called the Euros since the start. So Euros, European Championships. When I counted them back, there has actually been 10 different winners. So I want you to name them.
So the 10 different ones, not just the last 10 Euros.
Right, okay. So you want the last 10 unique winners of the tournament?
Yes, please, yeah.
Oh, okay. Chris, you want to go first or second, pal?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Good choice.
Okay, I'll go for Spain.
Spain are correct. They are 3rd on my list. So working back, they're 3rd on my list. They last won the tournament in 2012, 4-0 win against Italy.
Yeah, well, I'll say that one. I'll get the pain out of the way and say it's coming Rome, Italy.
Italy, correct, beating England. I'm going to stop saying who teams beat.
I was going to say.
So yeah, Italy, correct.
Okay, France.
France, correct.
Nice.
They actually, I can say this one. They beat Italy in 2000, 2-1.
Portugal, 1-0. Adair.
Portugal 1-0 against France, 2016. Correct.
Coach Cristiano on the sideline.
Ronaldo limping off after that 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm going for Germany.
Germany, correct. They won it in 1996 at Wembley.
I remember it well. I'm showing my age.
I'll go for one that I was going to hold on to, Greece.
Greece, correct. 2004 beat Portugal in Portugal 1-0.
Okay, I'm going for Denmark.
Denmark is correct. 1992 beat Germany 2-0. You guys are going to get all 10, aren't you?
You're fucking taking the ones that I've been holding on to here.
That's what I was doing as well.
I'm just glad you gave me the
This
other
could
question.
very easily be a tie, although they do get quite hard as the last two.
Denmark, the only team ever to win the tournament without qualifying for it. As a heads up.
Oh, okay.
Has anyone said Holland? The Netherlands?
So the Netherlands are on the list. 1988, they won it in Germany.
Right, this is where I haven't got a clue now. I'm just guessing now. I've run out of my list.
How many are left, Mark?
There's 2 left. So you got the oldest 2, unfortunately.
Can I just ask one question, which might help Chris, but also might not if the answer is
I know
no?
what you're going to ask. Go on.
So, you said Germany.
Yeah, I'm not accepting West Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, I did debate whether to accept that or not when I was doing it, but I thought,
okay,
nah.
fair enough. I thought I'd check when we both had chance.
Yeah.
What year did it start in, Mark?
The first tournament was 1960.
You're going to fucking take me over one, aren't you? Can't be arsed.
I'll give the years. You need to get 1960 winner and the 1976 winner.
Can I have another clue? Can I ask you a question for another clue or not?
Go on then.
Is one of these countries still referred to by that name, or has it changed name since they won the trophy?
I'll give you a clue. Both of the remaining countries are not referred to as the same name.
Okay. So I would go for Yugoslavia.
So Yugoslavia is not on the list. So Yugoslavia were the hosts in 1976, but they did not win the tournament. They came 4th.
So I think I'm trying to think of like not defunct countries, but ones that aren't. The USSR, Soviet Union.
So the Soviet Union were the winners in 1960. They beat Yugoslavia 2-1 in France.
You know, I've got USSR written down, and for some reason I went Yugoslavia. I don't know why.
So one more to get, Chris. You got to get this one.
Okay, I'm going to go for Hungary.
So Hungary came 3rd in 1964. They came 4th in 1972, but they've never won it, unfortunately. So that's both your lives gone, Chris.
You said they both aren't referred to as this anymore, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think countries that have like combined and like fallen apart. It's like Serbia and Montenegro, but they've obviously never won the Euros. Yugoslavia. The only other one I can think of is Czechoslovakia.
So Czechoslovakia is on the list.
That's a geography punt. That's not even football knowledge.
Yeah. 1976, they beat Germany 5-3 on penalties. Sorry, West Germany,
nice.
They beat 5-3 on penalties.
Nice.
So well done. 1-0 to the pod.
Oh, the fucking pod. Come on, ruin it for us, Az. What's your non-football question, Marcos?
Love Actually.
Love Actually? Did you say Love Actually?
No,
Is it name?
I said
name 10 characters in Love Actually.
How do you know?
No. My internet, my tabs don't freeze. Chris, if I was to offer you a bar of chocolate or a bag of crisps right now, what would you pick?
Oof. I think I'll go for a bar of chocolate.
Okay, so the second question is the UK's top 10 most favourite chocolate bars of 2024.
Top 10 what bars?
Chocolate.
You know what I was going to do.
It's like Motherwell all over again.
Couldn't resist,
Right,
pal. Top 10
No.
favourite chocolate bars of 2024.
That's it. So
Right.
this is. I believe this isn't the most sold. This is just a poll of the UK's most favourite.
See, I would be shit at this one because my chocolate taste is rascal.
See, I just know for a fact one of these is just going to be an outrageous one that shouldn't be on there, but because it's a poll that you can't do about it.
Yeah. So there's one thing I will say to help you boys out, and there's that two of them. I wouldn't class them as a chocolate bar.
Ooh.
Okay. I wouldn't class them as a chocolate bar.
Class them as a chocolate bar.
Right. So who's going first then?
As first this time.
I'll let Chris because he's
Okay.
1-0 down. We'll give him the advantage.
Okay. Dairy milk, number 1.
So Dairy Milk's not on the list.
Fucking hell, there's a turn up for the books.
I know.
That would 100% have been my first answer as well.
Yeah. That's probably the biggest banker of them all, I'd have thought.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Honestly, I think it's not on the list, but it wasn't on the list. And this list was from February 2024.
Wow.
Oh, God, I've got a feeling that this is going to be tough then. I'm going to hopefully go with what I would have deemed a banker and go Mars Bar.
So Mars Bar is number 1.
Number what? Number 1?
Yeah. To be fair, I fucking love a Mars Bar.
Over any if I said I'll buy you any chocolate bar right now, you'd rather have a Mars Bar.
Well, no, because it's like a bit of it's unreal and it's cheap. If I were going without a budget, it's Tony's Chocolonely, but you've got to go with what's within your budget, mate.
Good man. Mars bars are shit, and everybody knows that.
I mean, everybody knows the good, seeing as they're the number 1. So
nah, shit, mate. The British public are idiots.
I am under pressure now, by the way.
Yeah, big pressure, mate. Big pressure. You can't go out after two answers.
So what are you saying, Chris?
So 2 of them weren't bars; they weren't chocolate bars.
No.
I won't be going those first, pal.
Yeah. See, I think I know what one of them is, but I don't fancy chucking it out there.
I'm so unconfident now, though. After Dairy Milk wasn't there, I was like, Dairy Milk is the safest one. I'm trying to get in the minds of these crazy people now.
I told you, the British public are idiots.
They are. Oh, okay.
I've got my next one locked in.
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat
one?
is number 6 on the list.
Oh, that was literally the one I was going with as well.
Is that what you one of the ones you wouldn't consider as a chocolate bar?
I would consider that as a chocolate bar.
You would consider Kit Kat? It's a biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Mate, but when you hear the other two that I'm referring to, you'll say...
Okay. What I will say is a Kit Kat Chunky is a chocolate bar. A 4-finger Kit Kat is a biscuit.
It's the exact same thing, just
No,
smaller.
different.
You can't
different.
say it's a different. No, that's
different vibe though.
Shocking.
My body feels different when I eat it. Do you know what I mean?
That's like saying a dwarf's not a human because it's a smaller person. Like you can't.
Wow.
No, I'm
wow. Oh my god. As if you've just said that. I would never say such a thing. Don't bring me into this. I would never.
Kit Kats.
I would never be so sizist and discriminate against an entire sect of people. Wow.
You've just referred to a Kit Kat as a dwarf, so that's your doing.
You mine. Did. You said dwarves aren't people.
Yeah, I'm using your analogy. Anyway, I've got one that he's going to remind me of Dairy Milk if it's not on there, because it fucking should be, and I'm going to go Galaxy.
Yeah.
So Galaxy is not on the list.
Galaxy's not. You've not got Dairy Milk and Galaxy.
I actually almost threw that. That's a joke.
That's how they should be 1 and 2.
Genuinely, I'm actually with you, but it's not on the list.
What are the age of these people that have done this? That's why I'm wondering if it's all sort of kids and stuff.
7 to 10 and 60 to 80.
We know of a demographic, couldn't we?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That,
right. I'm actually angry.
Throw me some more bars.
Right.
What, like rap for you?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
if you want.
I'm gonna go for a non-bar.
Ooh.
Maltesers.
Do you know what? They'd be on my list, but they're not on this
Are they
list.
not? Oh,
No.
when you said it, I was like, what an answer.
I was so impressed with that as well.
So I was like, wow.
What is this list?
Wow.
Right, I'll tell you what. Just
Aaron,
because
go
of
on.
just because of the pure ridiculousness of this list, I'll give you 3 lives each.
I was going to say, what I'm going to
What
do
a
is
man.
to level it up. I'm going to go for one of the ones that you think's non-chocolate bar, and I think they're going to go with a bourbon.
It's a biscuit.
Not
Yeah, well, you said they're not chocolate bars, so you were saying as in...
Yeah, but they're still chocolate, but a bourbon is like out and out biscuit. There's no
Yeah,
chocolate
that's what I mean.
involved. It's just chocolate
Yeah,
flavoured.
there is.
I'll give you
Is
right.
that-
Okay. Scrap that answer. Right, Chris was
Oh,
on the
I
right
thought you were
track
going-
when he was
I
thinking
can't scrap the
Maltesers.
answer.
I was thinking,
Come
oh, a
on.
non-chocolate bar, so I'll go with something that's like someone's, like people's most favourite chocolate item, rather than
You
it
deserve
being
you
a-
deserve to
I'm
lose
gonna
both of
be
your
gra-
lives for that.
I'm
Oh, you're
about to
fucking
write a
wrong.
Nottingham Forest style tweet in a minute now.
We're not scrapping the life. That's horrendous.
We'll go back to Chris.
You'll be saying a chocolate hobnob in a minute.
That is a shit answer, by the way.
Chocolate on it.
Yeah, I'm baffled. We've gone from an answer that I was like, wow, what an amazing answer, to what the fuck are you talking about?
I've been thrown off by the fact that you said it's not a chocolate bar, so I've gone, oh well, it's not going to be chocolate.
What about a hot
Turd, if that makes
chocolate?
sense.
No, I'm joking.
I love a hot chocolate. Go on,
Right.
Chris.
Go on, Chris, back over to you then.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm thinking here that it's this list. Now, Dairy Milk's not on there and Galaxy's not on there. So I'm thinking the demographic is quite young who've compiled the answers here. So I'm going to go Kinder Bueno.
What
Again,
sugar?
would be on my list.
Oh,
Not on this list.
He's gone to get his favourite 10 chocolate bars. As you obviously you need one to seal it, really, but otherwise we're going to have to call it a tie. But this is, I am outraged.
This is
so the article is from the Oxford Mail from February.
Oh, so it's a bunch of
2024.
fucking Tory knobheads.
in it.
Chocolate only will be on there.
Yeah,
And
should have probably stuck with it.
It says the UK's favourite chocolate bars of 2024 revealed. The most popular chocolate bars in the UK, according to an online marketing survey, are.
See, I feel like whatever I go with is going to be wrong because it's something that I'd fucking choose and nothing's on. I'm going to go with something a bit shit that I think shouldn't even be included, but I feel like it's going to be on there and say twirl.
Ooh.
I mean, I think that's a bit harsh on Twirl.
Yeah, that's harsh. I think that's harsh on a twirl.
The bang average.
If you'd said Twix, I could have got on board.
Oh shit, Twix might be on there actually.
I mean,
a twirl's harsh, man.
You said they're bang average, and apparently the list agrees because they're not on the list.
Yeah.
Told you.
Okay.
Can I just double check? Is a bounty on the list?
Bounty is in 10th position.
Fucking get in. Absolutely right as well, can I say?
Right.
Finally, a bit of respect for the bounty.
I like the bounty, but this shouldn't be up there, man.
I'm going to say bounty's in my top 3. Just saying.
Right, so I'll read them out. Yeah. So we got Mars at number 1, Boost at number 2.
Okay, get on board with Boost.
On there.
Yeah. So number 3 is one
Snickers.
that I don't. 3 is one of the ones that I don't consider a bar, so I don't know what's in the list. But they've put Quality Street.
It's not fucking chocolate bar.
Right.
I know.
This is one of the worst ones we've had. This is fucking doing my head in.
You might as well have said bourbon. Do you know what? It's fucking nonsense. Bourbon and Quality Street are equally shit.
Number 4 is Munchies. Number 5.
Oh yeah, I get on board with Munchies.
Number
Munchies
5,
at 4, by the way. It's crazy.
Number 5 is Fudge, like a fudge bar.
I don't mind the fudge, but it's not top 5. I tell you.
It's
that.
not. I think fudge is barely a chocolate bar. It's got such a thin case. It's chocolate flavored fudge. That's bollocks, man.
Number 6.
This is fucking scandalous.
Number 6 is Kit Kat. Number 7 is Snickers. Number 8 is another one I don't consider a bar, and it was Smarties. Right.
Hold on a minute, right? Because if Smarties are on there, Maltesers should have been, because Maltesers are way better than Smarties.
Maltesers are
Yeah,
miles better than Smarties.
Yeah.
And number 9 was Yorkie, and number 10 was Bounty.
But right, so this is it. Right, so if you'd have said Yorkie biscuit and raisin, I'm right there with you.
No,
Because the
normal
biscuit and
York
raisin
is-
adds to. Yeah, but if you get the chance between a Dairy Milk, a Galaxy, and a Yorkie, Yorkie's bottom of your list.
Yeah.
For pure quality, Yorkie's bottom of your list. This is Mark, ingenuity wise, lovely question. I'm here for it. I'm excited for the crisp one. Quality of list wise, I think that's the worst we've had.
Fair enough.
No.
I mean, honestly,
that's the
I
worst we've had.
don't agree with a lot of them on the list anyway. But I went, it's there. It's a published article, so but
People
just
watching
out
are
of
idiots.
interest,
I think
then,
we
just
just
out of
realised.
interest, then, very quickly, 11 to 20 was Curly Whirly, Flake, Twix, Aero, Crunchy, Double Decker, Lion Bar, Rolo, Milky Bar, and Toffee Crisp.
Miles better
than
10.
the top 10.
Miles better 10.
They should
What
be
I
in the
will
top
say,
10.
Twix not a chocolate bar. Twix is a biscuit.
bar.
It's a biscuit. It's a biscuit. There's more biscuit than
chocolate bar,
chocolate.
no,
There's more
there's a
caramel and
chocolate-
chocolate.
It's a chocolate bar with biscuit in it.
No, it's a biscuit. It doesn't have
No.
biscuit in it. It doesn't have biscuit in it. The base is biscuit. It's a biscuit.
No, but it's surrounded by chocolate, so it's what's within the chocolate.
Yeah, but the majority, like a club, is biscuit coated in chocolate. You wouldn't call it a chocolate bar. It's a biscuit.
That's a very, you know what, you've come up with a great
Fucking got you there, Anna. Come on. I had it locked, ready.
Chris is thinking, what the fuck have I got myself into on a Sunday night? Right, okay. Just because I got the tab open, do you each want to have a go at guessing one item from the crisp list?
No, I want you to save it.
Yeah.
I want you to save it. I want you to save it.
Oh,
I want you to save it.
Yeah, but then Mark's not going to do one for 2 weeks. So then
Exactly. So we'll have forgot all about the crisps. So think how happy we'll be in 2 weeks when Mark says, "What are the UK's 10 favourite crisps?" And then we both say like Walker's Ready Salted, and he says no, but naan bread's second. Think how excited we'll be. It'll be great.
We'll forget it, mate. I'm making a fucking note of it now, just so I remember in 3 weeks' time.
I would rather keep it personally, but it's up to you.
Was the top 10 crisp survey from the same publication?
No, a different one.
Oh, thank God.
More reliable.
And actually, I'm on board with a lot of the top 10.
Is it individual flavours or just brands?
There's individual flavours of
the brands. Yeah. Oof, okay. I want to save it personally. I'd be excited for that.
Whilst we're on the topic of crisp, by the way, cheese and onion Pringles are incredible. I didn't even know they did them. They've only I don't know if they're new. Tried them this weekend for the first time. Can't stop eating them.
Not the sour cream and onion ones. The cheese and onion ones.
No, they do actual cheese and onion now. Yeah, it's nice.
It's the dark green tube in it.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely here for it.
Yeah, I'm on board. Well, 2 of my mates from work came to see me today and brought me. I mean, fucking know me as a person, because usually people bring like flowers and a card. They just brought me a bag full of shit. Pringles, the spicy chorizo flavour. They did actually buy me a Burnley shirt for my 30th. The classic football shirt's one. It was a nice one. Some hot sauce flavoured crisps. The are they strawberries and cream squashes or the rhubarb and custard ones?
Oh,
the pink and white ones.
Pink and white ones. They're elite.
Yeah. Some tropical tots, so not jelly tots, but tropical tots, which I'm right on board with. Some Tang Fastics, always a classic. Everybody loves a Tang Fastic. A Terry's chocolate orange with bits of mini egg in it. I'm a fiend for a chocolate orange.
That's definitely a leftover Christmas present.
Oh, 100%, and I'm absolutely... Well, how could it be if it's Easter, though?
Because it's like an extra mini egg one for Christmas.
But it's a mini egg one, so it's after Christmas.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen one out of the month of December, to be honest.
I've had 2 this year because I'm a fat cunt. A Milka Oreo chocolate bar because one of the girls has just been to France, so she brought that back. Some Hungry Hippos, which felt like a shot. That felt like a direct shot at me. That's how I took it anyway. And then an 8-pack of Coke Zero. So yeah, I'm excited to.
What Hungry Hippos?
You never had a Hungry Hippo?
They're like them. They're a little bit. Are they like the Kinder Bueno type ones, but they're shaped
Yeah,
like a nipple?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they've got like a chocolatey coating on the bottom, and then it's like wafer with a chocolate in the middle. I was very hesitant to answer that question.
When you,
I don't think it is. It's chocolate now.
Is it?
when you said they brought me Hungry Hippos, I thought you meant like the board
game. Yeah, I'd have been gassed with that as well.
I'd
have been gassed with that.
You just sat there with it on your lap, like whacking them.
Yeah, three people in their 30s all just playing Hungry Hippo. Fucking brilliant, mate. I'd have been all over that. I'd have been absolutely all over it. I'd have loved that. I was very hesitant when you said, "What's a Hungry Hippo?" It felt like you were setting me up. You were setting me up for a Motherwell type joke, and I was very hesitant.
I adamant he'd locked something in.
I'm not that clever.
I was very hesitant.
I did your face. We're like, oh shit, what's going on?
I know. I thought I'd fucked it. I couldn't be arsed. I was ready to quit. But speaking of people who fucked it, Aaron, shall we do Sorare Darts?
We shall, because there's 2 levels of fucking it this week.
Yeah, I've immediately got a bone to pick with you, so let's get into it.
For me?
Yeah, with you.
Why was I?
Let's just talk about it. I'll tell you when.
We'll do ours first, because I'll. As much as he was a lovely bloke, Stish has fucked us a little bit on it. I'll get there.
Okay, yeah.
So I went Florian Lejeune.
Yeah.
Knowing they'd concede, which they did,
yeah.
He just decided to have a really good game and got a 70.1.
Yeah.
Who were you actually going to pick, Adam? You said someone before Muric, didn't you? Was it Foster?
I think so.
Cullen.
Oh, it was Josh Cullen. It was Josh Cullen.
Oh, wow, yes, it could have been worse.
Would have been worse, yeah.
So you went Muric, who did concede, but still scored a 76.7.
Which is exactly what I fucking said.
And that was the first 2 games played at a very similar time. So me and Adam knew we were on 147 points pretty much at this point before, is it Cabal? Is that what it's called?
Cabal,
who got an 82.8. So we got 229.8. Which is one of the first times we've ever gone bust.
I actually hit my brief though, because you said Muric is going to have a stinker. You need to score 80.
Because what you said, what I will say is, in Aaron's defence, he didn't say he'd have a stinker. He said Burnley will definitely concede, and I said yes, but you're underselling his AA. And you said no, Mark, you need someone in their 80s.
Well. We were still 50 points over anyway.
Yeah, then Mark would have picked someone who'd have just come off the bench and got a shot on target, and would have won the whole thing.
Hey, it was nice to have a good score for once, lads.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
So Stish went with Sesko, got a 72.1.
Oh, nice.
Pavlovic, 71.4.
Ooh.
And Pavard, who plays tomorrow night.
Fuck's sake.
So I will keep an eye on it. I will make sure that when we find out what score Pavard gets, because theoretically the podcast won't be out by the time the score comes in. So when I do the tweet to announce it, I'll just put a little brackets at the bottom with Stish's dart score.
It's been a while since someone's picked a fixture after the podcast is recorded.
I didn't even think either. And to be fair to him, I said it has to go from
this
the weekend's game because it has to be before Tuesday. So
yeah, you did.
You can blame me again. It's fine.
So, Chris, have you had to think about your picks for this week?
I have, but now as has just said that, I'm thinking, when are the fixtures next weekend?
Yeah. Because the question, what I was going to say was, if you hadn't already picked, were we going to go midweek? Because there's quite a lot of fixtures midweek. But if you've already picked, we'll go weekend.
I have got 3 for next weekend.
Let's do next weekend then.
Let's do next weekend because it's easier.
So 2 of them are... Actually, no. The Saturday Sunday morning next week, so that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all right.
That's fine, is that?
Okay. Right. So my 3 I'm going to go for Emil Forsberg from New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, fucked his wife off. Now he's playing well. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So he's at home to Vancouver. Yeah. So I think he'll get a decisive. I think he'll get about 75 around that. And then I'm going to go Nicholas Ibanez for Tigres. So he's a striker. He's at home to Tijuana, but he usually comes off the bench. So he's come off the bench last 3 games between 22 and 25. So I'm going for 25 from him. And then I'm going for Gabriel Sara for Norwich at home to Swansea, and I'm going 80 for him.
Good.
I like it.
Good player, really good player. A different. I don't think we've had someone yet purposely pick someone hoping they come off the bench. We've had someone pick a DNP, and we've had someone try and pick like bang on 60 decisives with no AA. But I don't think we've had someone purposely pick a sub yet.
Yeah, I like it. I just need to have a look at what fixtures we've got, because I haven't actually looked at mine yet.
Well, do you want me to kick you off?
Go on then, mate.
Yeah, go for it.
You're going to be surprised. So, next week,
Burnley are
let me just get to Saturday. Burnley are playing Manchester United away from home. I'm not going to pick a Burnley player. And I'm not going to pick an ex-Burnley player. I'm actually just going to pick a player who I quite like. I think he's the best fullback, potentially outside the top 4, maybe top 6. I'm going to say Rayan Ait-Nouri from Wolves. At home to Luton on Saturday. I think he could be on for a big game.
Good player.
Yeah.
Like him a lot. Seems like a bit of a cunt, but I like him.
I'm going to go for a rather large fixture next Sunday at 2 p.m, the North London derby. And I'm hoping that Spurs are going to get a result against Arsenal. At least a point.
Try and sort you out, yeah.
Yeah, at least a point will do us. And I'm going to pick a player that's been a little bit out of form, but on his day can be a banger. I think he's a good, decent big game player. So I'm going to go for James Maddison.
Knew that would come in. I'm going to go based off a recent purchase. And I'm going to pick Victor Osimhen to see
Ocean Man.
His away edition card the other day, which I should have the full stack by the morning if I do get this fucking card that I've been after all weekend. So they're at home to Roma, so it'll be tough. So I'm hoping he just gets a goal or an assist and just does his 60.
Those cards, by the way, magnificent, aren't they? Absolutely magnificent.
I almost fell for that then and said, "The what? Sorry," like try to call you out for mispronouncing it, and then realised the.
Do you know what? It's stuff like this that always like creases me, and I don't know why it makes me laugh so much because I know that I couldn't do a fucking better job. But the fact that there's like a marketing team and a social media team that have thought the best thing to say about those cards is magnificent. That's as a group they've thought, what shall we call them? Let's say the floor is lava and call them magnificent.
Yeah, they are nice cards. What do you feel about people saying that the background should be the same as the scarcity?
As the card, I agree. Because
I think they look nice with the gold background.
See, but I think the limited look the best.
Yeah.
Granted, let me have a look. I've not really looked at.
See, I think the rares look nicest. Super look a bit shit. I think the rares look nicest personally.
The red's quite cool with the lava effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, the rare is quite cool.
I think the rare's best. Have a look at supers. They're not that nice.
Let's have a look at the supers. Oh, there's
because we're all buying super rare.
Yeah. I really wanted a super rare Victor Osimhen, so I'm sure they'll be.
I don't think they look bad. I just don't think they're as nice as the others.
I think they're the worst of the 3.
Yeah.
But I agree. Actually, I think the rare does look quite nice. Actually. Sorry, just looking because I've actually won rewards with Burnley players this week, which is weird. We won't say that I'm physically incapable of picking the best 5 players, but that's not the point. Is what it is, isn't it? So, Chris, talk us through your 3 then, pal. Oh, you've already done it. No, we've already done it. I've told you, I've lost my head, mate. Lost my head. It's Mark's audio and his mic and stuff. It's throwing me off.
I blame someone else.
Yeah, no, it's because I've completely lost where we were then.
I have written down where they were born and their heights and everything if you want that.
So usually we leave that up to Mark. Mark likes a description.
The boys on the Ramble give you a bit of jip, don't they, for rambling on, so to speak, and I get the same on here. So
I think we're kindred souls, Mark. I always look at you and think we're the similar type
the
on
same
our
person
own
on the podcast. Is that?
Yeah.
What,
so who we saying from our
yeah.
who from our podcast is SR Monkey and who's Haber?
I'm Haber, aren't I?
Yeah, you're David, you're Monkey, I think, and I think
good,
Andy's
that's good.
Haber.
Yeah, good. That's better. I'd rather have that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. To be honest, I was really hoping you'd say Haber so I could just say it was a homophobic jibe. That's all I wanted, really. But you've let me down, Chris, to be honest.
I think.
Well, boys,
did we find out that SR Monkey is an avid Coke Zero drinker, which is what
we did, yeah. Oh, that's we are kindred spirits then.
He's got loads of problem with his teeth at the moment as well, and it's like,
do you reckon there's a correlation?
Where do you drink, 9-10 litres of Coke Zero a week and you've got problems with your teeth? I don't know.
In fairness, I've cut down recently. I'm drinking a lot more squash. I basically tell myself that's me drinking water. Because I'm not fucking drinking water. What am I, 90 years old?
See, I've gone really posh, and I've got an air up bottle now. And
what the fuck is an air up bottle?
Have you not seen them? What YouTubers have got them and shit. You know where you've got a pod on top and you lift it and it's got a scent to it.
Yeah. I have seen them. I've seen them on that that Locked In, that YouTube series.
Yeah, they all carry them around and shit, don't they? And to be honest, it is actually really good. Like, it's about 700 ml, but I end up drinking like 4 or 5 of them a day now. Because when you're actually drinking it, it doesn't taste like water because it's got a scent to it, but it is just water you're drinking. But it's a very fucking expensive water bottle.
Bit of olfactory sensations for you.
No idea what that is.
That's the smelling stuff. They call it. It's olfactory. So that's what that is. To be honest, I don't know why I ever expected you to know what that was. That's on me, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's on me.
You.
Well, boys, is there anything else you want to discuss? Because it's 10:05 and I need some tea.
Tea?
You need some tea?
10:05?
I've not fucking had any. And also, I'm fucking up till like 5 o'clock in the morning at minute anyway, because I'm on a mad schedule. I don't know why. I'll probably stay up and watch some fucking MLS or something. But what the fuck have I got to get up for? Nothing is the answer, because I'm just crippled. But yeah, if there's nothing else, boys, I will let you all go enjoy the rest of your Sunday evenings. I'll try and fuck about with this podcast and sort out Mark's audio, and hopefully his mic didn't freeze for that long. But anything else before we go?
Don't think so. Just want to say thanks for Chris.
And,
cheers, pal.
Thanks for joining us. Really enjoy the Ramble, mate. So keep up the good work.
We do.
Over there.
We love. That's actually, where can people find you, Chris?
Yeah, on the So Rare Ramble. We usually have our pod out each week as well. As we've said, with SR Monkey and Ryan Haber. You can find me on there, and I'm on Twitter as well. So if you need to find me, that's where I'll be.
Nice. I'll pop all the links in the description. Go and give the boys a follow. But for now, boys, I will see you all next week.
Cheers, lad.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.